morning, Marianas. So many things we gotta discuss. Happy day, Tirawami and greetings to Rhoda, Guam, Saipan, and Tinian. For all your island news from a beautiful place with Pacific views. It's always so much fun on Good Morning, Marianas.
Goodness, we have so much for you today. It's like probably one of the most jam-packed days. Definitely got to be one of the most jam-packed Mondays that we got. It's more jam-packed than the traffic right now, so that's good for us too. We got to love that. Well, good morning. So much happened while we were sleeping over the weekend and everything else. We're going to get you our best to get you all caught up and let you know what's happening. And we're going to start by heading out there and giving you a good look at traffic. I mean, somehow my traffic is all inverted here. It should be the other way around. This is what we're looking at. All right, let's get you all caught up. Here's what's going on with traffic out here in Marianas right now. It is not looking too bad. You can see in the top corner there, that is just a look at what's out in front of us here on Beach Road in Oleai. There's some people being extra friendly right there, letting somebody take a left. I would probably be honking my horn at whoever's driving that black CX-9. You don't stop in the middle of Beach Road and let people take a turn. No, you're just courteous. I'll give you some love, though. But you're not supposed to do that. Anyway, let's take a look. Over here, right out in front of us, the old AK intersection is a little bit slow if you're trying to make your way to Beach Road. Heading north as well, as indicated by the camera that we got out there too. How about over by the intersection that matters where connections matter? That's over there at IT&E. Just a little moderate right now, not looking too bad, but things are heating up this morning at 729 at one of the busiest intersections in Saipan. We're gonna skip all the way down to Chalampiao, and ooh, that is not where you want to Chalam be right now because it is slow. All over the place, coming down from Route 32 in As Perdido. It is going to be slow and even slower when you get down there by the mobile station. So you could be in a hurry, but it's not going to get you anywhere. You're going to have nowhere to go, nothing to do. So just chill, relax, and enjoy that you live here in Saipan. All right, well, let's keep looking. How about Guangdong Hardware? It is not that bad over there. It's just a little moderate intersection there. That's good. It's even okay as you get closer and closer to the food stamp. Not too bad. Here we go. Food stamps actually are pretty clear. But over there, as you're getting close to Maddie's Barbecue, though, there's a little bit of a slowdown. And, of course, if you're trying to make your way to Shell Dandan from Aslito, it's going to be a little Aswaito. You're going to definitely slow down. It is making its way back to the Flores apartments already. Creeping around over there by the college. It is a little touch and go over there by the light. So don't worry, don't be in a hurry. Don't try to cruise it and catch air going around that corner before you go down the hill. It's not recommended. It might have looked cool on Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but not as cool in Saipan. All right, here we go. We're gonna keep running. Oh, jeez. Not sure how that happened. I'm gonna try to get the map back. Somehow I got into an Adobe Elements thing there. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna keep going. Around the island, looking pretty good through Papago. It even looks good around Cagman intersection. That's not bad. How about the Rodeo Drive of Saipan, Issa Drive Shopping District over there by New Sarah Market, Capitol Hill, and Zenyu Market? Everything looks good. Even down there at the base of Capitol Hill, a little slowdown at Ina's Kitchen because people are probably just catching a whiff of today's lunch special. Can't wait to find out what that is. But I imagine it involves fried pork. Middle Road's looking good too over there, even over there by the tennis court traffic lights. at Navy Hill and Micro Beach Road along Middle Road. Everybody who's dropping off their kids in Garrett. It looks pretty sweet. This is like the best traffic Monday ever. It's even, well, it's not that bad, but it's not great. Over there by JG Sublime Water and Ice, looking okay. And Middle Road looking okay, except for over there by District Court in Guala. That just means somebody got caught up at a light. Not a big deal. That's your first look at traffic. It's looking pretty good. That's a problema on the roads. I mean, it looks really good out there. So this is a great day for you, folks. So glad to have you out there. That's what it looks like now. You can see it's starting to congest up a little bit here on Beach Road in Olei, but that's going to be what happens this time of the day. Good morning, Marianas. I hope you're wearing green because it is St. Patrick's Day. And I'm not sure. I did not message him. But there's only one guy who I know who's like Irish. No, that's not true. I know someone with dual citizenship too. Hold on, let me just see. Hold on. I just messaged him. I know he's awake. He probably already ran a half marathon this morning. And we'll see if he obliges my request to get him on. But it is St. Patrick's Day today. If you're not wearing green, you know the rule. If you're not wearing green, you get pinched. That's right. You can get pinched today if you're not wearing green. I don't know that means that's legal. There may be an assault factor in there. Maybe dial back on the pinching. But, hey, I've been the victim of plenty of pinches, so I'm wearing a green shirt today. I'm prepared. I am prepared to not get pinched. Yep, I'm prepared to not get pinched. Nobody's around, too, so I'm safe. Anyway, good morning to everybody. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I'm going to get you guys started off with some stuff, but I want to say hi first to Connie. Great to see you this morning, Connie. And Eric. Great to see you this morning. Thanks for tuning in. Mariano, thanks for calling in. Really appreciate you calling in all the time, but thanks for showing up this morning. One Hookug, good morning. Thanks for tuning in. John William, great to see you. Thanks for that video that you sent of the first pitch for Little League from the dugout. That was pretty awesome. Mayor Arby whipping that one out. Great to see all you guys out there in the comments. Let me get on the other side. I'm actually just waiting to see if I get a reply here, but I should be over here so I can see if I got you guys on the other side. But man, great stuff. Not sure what you did over the weekend, but it was a full weekend for me for sure. It's so I should have done this before, but I need to do this. Wow. Nothing like taking a little bit of a Tylenol with your coffee. It's a great combo. Good morning, Jermel. So I don't know any Irish, but I know a bunch of leprechauns, anyone under 5 feet. Holy cow. Good morning. Hamo Kaipat Henry. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see you this morning. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I want to talk about that statehood thing. I don't want to get too far off on Distractionville and all that other stuff, but it's not my issue. I'm not coming up with this out of the blue. That whole statehood thing that the reason why I put it on in the description, got a couple of messages from folks over the weekend about things that were happening. Hold on, let me pull it up here. Things that were happening, conversations out of this think tank in Guam. I heard Dr. Underwood talking about it weeks ago, and then the conversation continued. Oh no, she messaged me on my personal, so I can't open that one up. But, and if you're watching this morning, give us a call about it. That's where that conversation stuff started with us. And we heard it again on Friday at the Kiosku commemoration. It was the Saipan Northern Islands Leadership Memorial Kiosku 16th year commemorative anniversary. I was there. By the way, that was a who's who of anyone who's ever been in any position in Saipan. And it was a beautiful event. I got to tell you, it was great. The thing I loved the most about it, what it was, they unveiled a new list of all the different names and everything. And to see the smiles on the faces of the people as they put their hands up on the wall and would touch the name of their family member, their loved one, even their own name. It was like a connection that people were making to their past and to the history of the CNMI. And I mean, I really thought it was moving. It was really special. I mean, like genuine soft smiles. Oh, there's my husband, you know, for people who lost their spouses too. Just something to see that they're being remembered and all that. It was great. It was great. It was one of the things that, another thing, the latest to make me appreciate even more why I'm here, getting to be at events like that, to really see the community, you know, not just seeing people at the store or something like that, but just seeing their heart right there. It was great. Well, anyway, during all that, there was a number of speakers, and the big one, the commemorative speaker, was former Governor Juan Nikai Babauta. At the end of the show, we're going to show you the whole speech that he gave, but we're not going to do it right at this second because it's long. But I am going to show you this. This is what prompted what we put in the descriptions there. Are you ready? Here we go.
If in 40 years conditions are the same as today, then we would have failed. Get rid of territorial status. Stop insular area status. Pursue first class in lieu of second class. And since there is no turning back, the only path forward is pursue full membership in the American political family through statehood. Let the next journey begin. Tangkuluna si Diyos Masi, Gilisong.
That's the most impactful part of it. Again, he gave a really good speech, and we're going to play it at the close of the show today, the whole thing. But he talked about the build up to that. I clipped it a little bit, right? And but basically he says, hey, look, he talks about like 40 years ago, we did this. 40 years ago, we did this. And this long build up to the history of everything out here. And then talked about, hey, we can't go back. We're only going in one direction. We need to see it all the way through. And the only way through is to go all the way to statehood. It's like, wow. Like, that's a big thing. And so what do you think about that? I'm really interested in what you think of the possibility of statehood. Now, some of the things, and let me open up on my personal Facebook page here, some of the links and some of the comments that we got. Because Dr. Underwood out of Guam had been talking about the issue of statehood and talking about combining the Northern Marianas with Guam and becoming a state. And I think I think if you're going to do that, I only rolled in here, you know, I'm in year 23, and I feel like I got a pretty decent handle on the history and everything here. Yeah, but that's learning on the fly, getting here. I didn't grow up with it. It's not part of my kids. Sure, my kids were born here, but it's not like I've got, like, my dad told me what it was like growing up here and how the relations were with Guam and all that other stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you're going to have to, there's a lot of things you're going to have to get over to be, if you partner up with Guam and the CNMI, because the people in Guam are going to have to let go of some of that control, and the people of the CNMI are going to have to get comfortable with losing as much autonomy as we have right now, or as little, depends on your take. And I know there's some of those cultural differences between here and there, and I think that from my point of view, maybe some of those World War II wounds have healed. The rivalry will still be there, but you can imagine, though, right now, Saipan's the seat of power for the CNMI. the seat of government. And if we partner up with Guam, well, that's gone, right? And where are you going to do it? I mean, you figure it's going to be Guam because everything is there, right? The only place to really do it, just make it even. Just make the capital Rota. Ooh. I'll tell you what, if you make Rota the capital, that would be massive. The first thing that'll happen is that there'll be a lot more economic impact there. There's going to be a lot of offices. It's going to make it mandatory to have better travel in Rota, for sure, better travel options. And it's kind of central to the whole CNMI in Guam. What a big deal. Can you imagine the folks in Adelup giving that up? Wow, Michael says, I go back to 1967 historically wise. Wow. Man, I'll tell you, it's such a big undertaking. You're going to have a whole bunch of people figuring out. I mean, does it make sense? I don't know. If it happened in a vacuum, if you didn't have all the history and everything, like from 1898 forward, yeah, I think it'd be easier. I think even with the Spanish, but it would be a tough pill to swallow. I think it would. For everybody. Hey, speaking of swallows, I got something new to enjoy this morning from one of our sponsors, PHI Pharmacy. Have you tried these before? The MRE protein shakes. It's a whole food protein. It's got no whey, so I think that means, let me just make sure before I say it. If it's got no whey, does that mean it's gluten-free? Well, it's got no whey protein. It doesn't say gluten-free on there, so I can't say that that's something that you could do. But I can say that there's no whey in it. Not like whey, no way. No, it's got no whey. Anyway, it says shake it up, so we're going to give it a go. These things, you can find them all over, but at PHI Pharmacy, they're like $3, but they're even cheaper in a second. Hold on. Oh my God, this is great. This is vanilla milkshake. And I've got 3 different flavors to try, and I opted for vanilla today. This is it's a Redcon product, so it's a really good workout supplement and everything to help you with your recovery. And boy, do I need it after the weekend that we had. Holy cow. It's only $3 if you want to get it over at PHI. But if you work out at one of our local gyms, you get an additional, I'm not sure, I think it's 35% off. You get a discount just for being a member at the gym. And if you're going to be a member at a gym, you should be a member over there at Laddiebuilt 24-Hour Fitness, because it doesn't matter what time you want to go work out. They're there for you. They're open. It's when you've got time. They make the time. Hold on one second. Oh, I got a reply. Sure. All right, good. He's just in the middle of a Zoom call with folks right now, but we're going to get him back. Anyway, this thing is amazing, and after the weekend we had, this was absolutely key, clutch for me this morning. So MRE protein shakes, you get them at PHI. They're $3, and if you got a gym membership, it's an additional 35% off. And if you're working out, you know what it is when you're in there working out, pumping iron, getting buff and swole. You need to have those supplements to make sure that you refuel and get your all that workout doesn't go to waste. So PHI gives you, for all those supplements that you're going to want for working out, they give you that 35% discount. And they've got locations in Dandan, in Cagman, and in Garapan. You can't miss it. They're great. 8 to 6 Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 on Saturday in Dandan, and 8 to 1. 8 to 1 on 8 to 4 on Saturdays and Sundays in Dandan, 8 to 1 on Saturdays in Garapan and Cagman. There you go. PHI. That's where we like to go because we're PHI folks. Thanks, guys. Excuse me. All right. Let's see what we got. I got to get back into the comments, so we missed out on some of this. All right. Let's get back to the comments. So this one says, what makes any of the Pacific Islands qualify to be a state? Dream on. All right. Well, that's from Enoch. Then we hear, what's the distance between maybe difference here. What's the difference between a commonwealth and a state? And Louisa, good morning, America. If you guys enjoyed, so that's it. Says, how about give us an electoral vote and stay at Commonwealth status? That's a possibility too. I mean, I think anything's going to be on the table. But how crazy is it now? I mean, like there was a speaker in Guam, one of their senators, who said the quote is, "The only path to survival is Guam becoming the 51st state." Yeah, move over, Canada. Sorry to my friends about that. But I mean, like that's what he's saying. And so the question is it possible? Like in Guam, if they were going to do that, they'd want to pull us along for the ride for sure. Which is really funny because at the time of the covenant and determining what the CNMI was going to be, or what our islands here were going to be, one of the topics that the folks from Rhoda North said, "Hey, do you guys want to get together?" And Guam flatly said, not just no, they said, yeah, hell no. Guam didn't want to do it. And now, excuse me, about 50 years later, it's turning around. Yeah, John says Canada has dibs on the 51st. That's right. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not a bad idea, but this is one of those things I really need to sit and watch some of the folks who are a little bit more married to the whole idea about it, talk a lot more about it. Because are there benefits to it? Yeah, I love not having to pay the federal taxes. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. The question is, what would we get more if we became a state? Like what, in addition to what's already coming in to the CNMI, which is a lot of money, what would we get out of it? What would be the advantage of being on the 51st state? Well, the first thing is be free trade between Guam, Rota, Tinian, and Saipan, so that's good. We wouldn't have to worry about CBP every time we're going to fly over to Guam. You know, you're just going, that's like going from New York to Pennsylvania or something. So that's good. But financially, does it make anything better? I don't know. I don't know what the advantages would be if we became a state. I don't know. You know, we were talking about the things that we would like to have changed with the Commonwealth, and with regards to the relations with the mainland and all that. And I think the big thing is, with as crazy as everything is right now, I mean, you could almost renegotiate part of the covenant and try to work in some of the things, that people are talking about. In the full speech from Governor Babauta, he talks about I mean, it's really good. We are going to play it. But we're going to talk about, he talked about like how, we kind of turn the other cheek when we heard them call us a territory. We're not a territory. We're a commonwealth. And how he says that, the only way forward is that we become a state and get that full first-class experience of the United States and the American family. It says all the Commonwealth just want an electoral vote, just if the U.S. wants to give away power or not. Yeah, I know. But, I mean, we would each get one, right? And I think if you get the electoral vote, then your your delegates become representatives who can vote also, right? I think it's a good idea. So look at Hawaii. Are the indigenous people happy? That's an interesting question, because if you look at Hawaii, again, that's a tough one. It's only 18% of Hawaii is native Hawaiians, right? It's definitely not a kingdom anymore. It is just a state, right? I mean, we're not a kingdom either, but still. It says, call me simple, but in order to get something from America, like becoming a state, we'd have to give something in return, and I don't want to give up my rights as an NMD. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm getting from all this. Yeah, that's an important part. Something that Guam does not have then that we do as part of the covenant that was negotiated is the Land Alienation Act, which is Article 12. So we're the only place that's got that in the U.S. system, and so I don't know how we could still be able to squeeze that one in and keep it, right? That's a big thing. So for Guam, when they're talking about all that stuff, they don't, people in Guam should know that we have the Article 12 and what it means, but as it's something that they don't have and they don't appreciate, then it doesn't factor in on their side of the equation, right? But for us, holy cow, that thing is massive. If all of a sudden everybody, do you think there, could you imagine if we were able to just sell land to everybody? You know how much Chinese ownership we would have of Saipan right now? I mean, before that, it would be Japanese, right? I mean, and then Korean, then Chinese would have just bought a whole bunch of it. Our land values here would be crazy through the roof. And I can already hear all the real estate agents looking like that dude who's standing there behind the tree, like, all right, But everybody else, if you're local, this is what and this is my thing. If you're local and you're living in a house, oh yeah, I know, sure, it's your land, you could sell it and all that other stuff, right? Great. But then try to buy another one. It's going to be so crazy expensive to do it. Only the people who are land rich right now have who are the ones who really want to be able to sell their land, and people who are getting an inheritance when their folks pass away because they haven't enjoyed it yet are interested because they could see the idea of selling it. But I'll tell you what, when local folks become like you said, PJ, in Hawaii, when you can't even afford to stay anywhere, when the people of the CNMI go from being the owners to the renters, oh man, then there's no coming back from that, right? All the folks who are pro changing Article 12, remember that whole business group, the CART 12, Citizens for the Change of Article 12, all those guys got bula money and bula land, hey, don't fault us because we did it the right way. Hey, that's cool. I got you. Go. You do it. But they're the ones who are going to be fined from all of it, while everybody else, the majority of everybody else, is going to be sucking. I mean, that's it. That's really what would end up happening. Yeah, it would be great. The values would be great for all the people who have, but for the people who do not have, it's going to be tough. Especially when you try to, there's no apples to apples comparisons, like even for Guam, right? A police officer in Guam make a lot more money than a police officer from Saipan. If Article 12 goes away, people from Guam come over here and have the same job at the same age and make more money and sell it, right? It says, man, when I hear about people selling their land, I'm like, why? It's so valuable. I'd rather have the land than a car, but that's just me. Oh, I hear you. It says, yeah, look at Hawaii. Native people are homeless or renting from foreigners because they lost, oh man, where is it? Because they lost their rights as natives to the land. Again, I'm simplifying it, but I'm sure I'm simple. Yeah, it is, but it is that simple. That's it. I mean, that's the thing. It is such a massive thing that we have that. Hold on. Some Native Americans have their version of Article 12 on tribal lands. Well, that's true. With regards to the reservations, thanks for that comment. That's a good one. In the States, there are the reservations, and it's just for Indians. I mean, that's it. Because it is the folks who live there are the ones on the reservations. It's like its own little nation, right? It's like its own country. Like, police don't have jurisdiction there necessarily to go in there. But you also, it's tax-free. So there's a lot of folks on the reservation who have smoke shops. They all smoke shops. They sell tobacco and cigarettes and all that other stuff way cheaper than anywhere else because there's no taxes and stuff like that there. Yeah, I'm telling you. We used to go to, when I lived in New York, we would do a lot of camping at State Park, Allegheny, straddles Pennsylvania and New York. And what's the tribe over there? Is it the Auroras? Hold on, let me just see. Okay. The Senecas. The Seneca Nation is right there. So like when we would go, we would get the like firewood and everything from them. They would chop up firewood and you buy a bundle of it or stuff like that. And we go onto the reservation for all that stuff all the time. It was great, it's no big deal. All right, heading back to your comments real quick. It says, why do you need a government protection if you can't control your will not to sell? If you sell to Joe Ten's family, it doesn't hurt, but if sell to non-MND, you're concerned about NMD going landless? I mean, that's a valid question. I mean, I get it, but it's I think if I were to spend a little bit more time on there, I have my whole rabbit hole for what happens if Article 12 goes away, for sure. Because, and again, it's I don't know, it's just this idea that if the road to becoming like Native Hawaiians is really greased, or those skids are greased when Article 12 goes away here, because you're going to have more folks from outside having more positions here. So, all right, I got to articulate this a little bit better for you. So, when other folks move in, and there's going to be a lot more people who aren't from here who are eligible to vote, who are going to be able to come on in, buy land, have more ownership and everything. And what ends up happening is that all these other folks from outside end up getting to becoming a bigger and bigger voting bloc. And you're going to start seeing a lot of different faces in the legislature for sure. And that's something to consider. And not that that's a bad thing, but it definitely will change like the culture of the Marianas. When I remember watching Anita Hofschneider did a study where she interviewed a bunch of the folks, the framers from the Covenant. People oh! You're here! Oh, hold on. We're going to have... What's up, man? We're going to get you set up. All right. I'm going to finish this thought, and then we're going to take a break. And then I got to get... The Tint Man from Dan made his way all the way up here. I got to get him all set up. This is great. This is great. See, Louisa, you're missing out. This could be... You could be part of our Cool Kid Club. You could be here. All right. So just to finish that statement, we're talking about the voting and all that other stuff. And that project that Anita Hofschneider did, where she went ahead and interviewed people who were for and against the covenant and asked them, all these years later, would you have voted the same way? And some of them said yes, and some of them said no. And one of the reasons why someone said no was because she didn't appreciate, and this was Serafina Neighbors, King Neighbors across the channel, who said that she didn't think that our culture would be affected as much as it was. And she didn't say it like with any venom or disdain, but more of a reality that, wow, I just didn't think it would change so much so fast. And it did. So anyway, there's a lot of factors in it, and it is a bigger issue. And later we're gonna play that full speech from former Governor Babauta. So anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day. We're not going anywhere yet, but we are gonna take a real quick break. And when we come back, it's gonna be a two-person party going on in here today. It's gonna be great. We got the Tint Man from Dan, Tobot Castro, in studio with us. That's right. And so get ready. He's gonna be ready to take your phone calls too. So get ready for them. You know our number is 670-789-2323. We're not gonna be dealing with that until we get back though, all right? So we'll see you in just a little bit, and we'll get you the update. We don't have the AP news on the weekends for them. Today's their weekend. But we do have the Fox News update, so we're going to get that for you. All right, guys, we'll see you in just a bit.
Hey, I'm Coach Derek Cutting, the owner and founder of Lottie Built Fitness. So no matter who you talk to here at Laddie Built, everyone feels that they are part of a family, part of a group of like-minded people. No one feels judged. No one feels like they're being teased or picked on or looked down upon because maybe they don't know what they're doing. They could be brand new and have no idea what they're doing. They might be overweight or really skinny and feel very self-conscious about themselves. But at Laddie Built, nobody judges here. And if you ask anybody here that might be in better shape than you or even not, but has experience in the gym, they will gladly help you through a workout and teach you a few techniques that could help you. So Laddie Built organically from day one, since the boot camp era, has organically grown this fostered environment of community and being a safe place, but a strong work ethic community of people that want to get work done. All I can say is that I put my heart and soul into it from day one. I treated everyone like that at the boot camp from the very, very beginnings, and everyone at the same time would treat each other like that from the boot camp era as well. And as we grew, as we got into a brick and mortar facility, we got bigger and bigger. I feel like people definitely just take this place as a home, as like their brother and sisters are working out next to them, not their enemy or not their competitor, you know? So organically, it's just the vibe here is different. Everyone feels very, very comfortable, and I love the fact that it happened like that.
Paradise Dental's giving you the gas. Well, not that kind of gas. You already know that Paradise Dental has the most affordable coverage in the entire Marianas, and now we've got something special just for new customers. And now for a limited time, Paradise Dental is offering free gas vouchers for new signups for their coverage plan. If you sign up for a singles plan, you'll get a $10 gas voucher. If you sign up for a couples plan, that's a $15 gas voucher. And if you sign up for the whole family plan, that's a $20 gas voucher right after your first visit. So hurry down to Paradise Dental and sign up for the CNMI's most affordable dental coverage today. These gas vouchers are limited, and with smiles like these, you know they're gonna go fast.
Escalating attacks. I'm Kathleen Maloney. Fox News. President Trump ordered strikes against Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen on Saturday as a warning to stop attacking shipping vessels along key maritime corridors.
The U.S. military launching another wave of strikes against the Houthi rebels in Yemen. The guided missile cruiser USS Gettysburg and the Truman Strike Group firing Tomahawk cruise missiles into Yemen from the Red Sea. President Trump watched the strikes in real time with his senior national security team down in Palm Beach. And on Fox News Sunday, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz said several Houthi leaders were killed in those strikes. A senior defense official tells me that about a dozen Houthi drones have been shot down by U.S. warships attacking the Truman Strike Group since those airstrikes were launched.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. White House Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, claims a conversation between Russian President Putin and President Trump could come soon.
They have a real relationship from the president's first term. They've talked already after the first visit that I had with President Putin. And I think this is going to be a very positive and constructive call between the two men, between the two presidents.
Witkoff on CBS's Face the Nation. A SpaceX rocket that launched Friday night has successfully reached the International Space Station.
The latest 4 crew members arrived overnight aboard a SpaceX Dragon spacecraft that docked with the ISS just after midnight Eastern time. Their arrival will allow 4 members of an earlier mission to depart the space station and return to Earth in a separate Dragon capsule that arrived in September with an American, a Russian, and 2 empty seats. Those empty seats are the return ride for NASA test pilots Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, who've been been working on the space station since June, when their Boeing Starliner spacecraft developed thruster problems.
Fox's Jonathan Siri. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm Ben Domenech, Fox News contributor, editor-at-large of The Spectator, and editor of the Transom.com daily newsletter. I'm inviting you to join in-depth conversations every week on the Ben Domenech podcast.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com.
A federal judge temporarily blocked President Trump's executive order to use the Alien Enemies Act to speed up the deportations of alleged Venezuelan gang members.
The ACLU filed a lawsuit claiming the Alien Enemies Act could be misused to deport any Venezuelan, regardless of whether they are affiliated with the violent TDA gang. Chief U.S. District Judge James Boasberg of the D.C. Circuit agreed with the ACLU, granting a temporary restraining order preventing the deportation of 5 Venezuelans who were already in U.S. custody, ordering those planes to turn around if they were in air. The Trump White House is appealing and responding, writing, TDA is one of the most violent and ruthless terrorist gangs on planet Earth. They rape, maim, and murder for sport.
Fox's Matt Finn. Investigations continue into missing U.S. college student Sudiksha Kunanki, who disappeared in the Dominican Republic March 6th. Fox News learned new information about Joshua Reeby, the last known person seen with her. Fox's Nate Foy reports from Punta Cana.
We are learning that Reeby's passport was confiscated by authorities. His lawyers confirming this to Fox News, saying, quote, it was confiscated by authorities when he tried to check out several days ago when the investigation began. He hasn't had access to it since then. Reeby's been under police surveillance at the Rio Republica Hotel since the investigation began. His parents say that he's only left to go to the police station for interviews. Reeby is still considered a witness in the investigation.
Reeby has said he and Kunanki were swept out to sea and he tried to save her. The IRS has announced that taxpayers are running out of time to submit their tax returns and get unclaimed tax refunds from 2021. More than 1 million taxpayers have unclaimed returns from that tax year and face a looming deadline of April 15th to submit them. I'm Kathleen Maloney. This is Fox News.
Hey everyone, this is Lauren Green, host of the Lighthouse Faith podcast. I recently sat down with Charles Payne to talk about his new special, A Matter of Faith.
You want to kind of do the right thing as much as possible and help everyone as much as possible, but there's certain rules when it comes to the stock market. You have to be profitable at a certain period of times, and you have to do this and you have to do that, and there are other things out of their control. So it's easier as a private company than a publicly traded company.
Look out for Lighthouse Faith on your favorite podcast platform or just ask Alexa to play Lighthouse Faith Podcast.
Good morning, Marianas. So many things we gotta discuss. Happy day, Tirawami greetings. The road to Guam, Saben, and Tinian. For all your island news. From a beautiful place with civic views. It's always so much fun. Oh. Good morning, Marianas.
Be the best. Bad girls make them say wow. 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 Bad girls make them say wow. I'ma be the best. Wow.
All right, Marianas. Welcome back. You can't handle the truth. We have the man, the myth, the legend in studio with us. Mr. Shady Solutions himself, the Tin Man from Dan, Tomas Castro. Sorry, ladies, he's taken. And hey, man, it's great to see you. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, it was cool, Spook. Traffic was good.
And you liked walking up like 300 flights of stairs to get here?
Yeah, I know. I gassed out halfway through.
Dude, I gas out every day walking up these stairs. But these calves don't grow themselves. You're going to have like massive calves by the time you're done if you do this all the time.
Yeah, I think I got more broke screws.
Oh, man. Dude, you, if everybody doesn't know, then they're not watching the show enough. But Tomas Castro is like the OG of the show. This guy has been watching and being a great supporter for a long time. But stuff you might not know is that somehow over the past couple of years, this guy just became like a really good friend, and I tell him anything, and he's just been awesome, dude. You're awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
You're even more awesomer.
I'm at least worth walking up 3 flights of stairs for. But so we got him in studio. These windows, he tinted these for us. He also tinted, I mean, it was a deal, but he tinted the press box for us for nothing, just because he wanted to give back to the community. And he has tinted more offices, homes, cars, and everything. And now you're hanging it up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
More than likely. Supposedly did one last car. Said my goodbyes. Then I had one like really good friend of mine. Used to work for him. He's like, hey, one more. Let me talk to my guy. Let me see if he's up for it. So yeah, probably one more, but it's not going to be on island.
Well, so you've been doing this for a long time, and I remember we were talking, you were saying that you've got a protege lined up that was going to help, you were going to kind of pass the torch and oversee him and all that.
Yeah. He's the same guy that's been helping me out. He helped me work on this, helped me work in the press box. We did a few projects, bigger projects, and he's getting there. He needs the guidance. And at the same time, too, he's also like me. We're both disabled.
Really?
So it's probably should have named it disability tinting.
I got to come up with something with that. I like this idea. But so now, what are you going to do if you hang him up? You just got to keep the thing going and just kind of be like get your manager pose all ready to go?
Yeah, well, I'm going to focus more now on my health, my family, spend a little bit more time, because the past couple years, especially when I started walking, I was able to get up. I think I overdid it and finally caught up to me, so probably not be pulling in so much customers, but if I do, it's probably just for him.
Well, does that mean that you'll have more time to rekindle the music career?
Yeah, all my siblings, we all have our separate lives now, so I mean, when we get together, we got like a 6-pack on the table or a case on the table and break out the guitars and sing for fun.
Man, I got to meet about when we were in Guam in October. We went to go and do the show and all that stuff, and he was there with his fam visiting the sisters.
Yeah.
And you had a sister from off island, right?
Yeah.
Really cool stuff. And then we met up at that Don Donkey place.
The Donkey Kong.
I swear, and it was like going over. I didn't even need to bring anything. Your guys got me so fed. Like I left with more food than I ordered.
Yeah.
At the place.
My sister's like got that face on you, like, eat your damn food.
Yeah. It was a forceful invitation, but it was welcome. It was great. I absolutely loved it. Felt like it would be cool to hang out with everybody again. Like if you ever get the gang back together, get the whole fam back together. I'd love to be there.
Yeah, unfortunately, we will be together again this September, but it's not for the greatest reason, but at least we'll all be complete this time, despite my other brother being gone. So we'll have everybody together again. Hopefully we can all sit down and actually enjoy ourselves,
Well, great. So the best part is, before we got started, he's like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do on camera. I'm like, dude, you're going to be fine. We're going to talk. So I figure what we'll do, let's talk about some of these issues, what we were talking about and everything. I know we got a phone call that we're going to make in about 15 minutes with PK Daigo. He's in Guam with the Marianas Business Network. They got a big event coming up this month that they want to talk about. And then we're going to make a phone call. You know Jim Rayfan? The guy who was running for Congress and everything. We're going to call him real quick, too, because he did something pretty wild over the weekend. And then I don't know if he is ready yet, but let's see, unless he messages me. I was going to call Jody O'Sullivan. Yeah, he plays soccer with us.
Yeah.
But he's an Irish guy. Today's St. Patrick's Day. And so just to get him on the show and hear a little bit about St. Patrick's Day and his take on it and all that other kind of stuff. Ooh, nice. So anyway, let's call Jim Rayfan. Let's give him a call. You know what you need, though? Just so you can hear, you're going to need some headphones. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run in the next room and grab you a set of headphones, and you could start singing. It is the Tobot Castro show for about 15 seconds. You don't have to sing, though. You can say whatever you want.
Good morning, Marianas. Sorry, guys, I'm not a camera person. I'll wait for the boss. Does this mean I got a job already?
Yes. Tinting the airwaves.
Yay.
Let's get you hooked up with number 2.
From parking cars to pushing bars?
So let's make sure we're not all tangled. There you go. So this one goes on the left side, I guess. I don't know why they do that, but somehow all the wires for headphones, when it comes down to these like fancy ones, they put them on the left-hand side, the wire. Why do you think that is?
Left-handed.
Yeah.
Left-eared.
Yeah, I know. Like for me, I would think it's going to be the right-hand side. All right, so let's get these phones ready. He's listening. He's no rush on my end. All right, good. We're going to call him now because he is ready. So let's see if hopefully I have his number saved on this phone. We're going to find out. Oh, there it is. All right, Jimbo, we are calling you right now. Can you hear just fine?
Yeah, good.
All right.
Hello.
Jimbo Rayfan.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm good.
All right. I know I checked with you last night just to make sure that you weren't fishing, like if you were going to be on the sea and we're not going to be able to hear from you. But I wanted to talk to you because you had some interesting stuff happen. Now, if anyone's listening first time on the show right now, we have, I got to put this on. But we've got Jimbo Rayfan, international man of mystery. He's on the show with us from, I'm guessing, are you up there in San Vicente?
Yep, I'm in San Vicente.
All right. So you're up there and not on the ocean. And you did something really cool over this weekend. And could you tell us a little bit about it? Because when I saw it, you went from running for office to a track and field superstar. That's at least what the ladies were saying.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious, man. So I've been watching you and listening to you for a while. I don't remember a has-been segment. Is that what this is? You're starting a new segment?
No.
Or one of you?
This is Future Stars is what we're going to call this segment.
Yeah, man. So that's funny that you saw that information. But yeah, we did the Masters. I don't even know what it's called. I guess it's like it's events designed for has-beens, or I guess in my case, never has-been athletes. So it's guys over at guys like Greg Borja, Nick, Robin, some of the typical sports-related guys organized this thing for Masters, and they've been trying to do it actually they have been doing it for several years. Where basically they call in anybody over 30. And then they group you by, I think, 5-year increments, and they basically make you compete in a series of events. And they've been doing it the last 2 Saturdays. They got one more Saturday coming up. but yeah, I got talked into filling up on Saturday. I guess they needed some entertainment, some entertainment on the thing. But so yeah, what do you want to hear about? I did they set up the shot put. I wasn't able to do any of the running events, partly due to my broken old age syndrome. But I did the shot put and the discus. And that's probably saying that pretty lightly. You know, I tried the discus and the shot put.
And so is this your first time doing it? Did you like have any practice runs building up to it, or did you just say, I'm going for it?
0 practice runs. Greg showed up at my house at about an hour before the tryout. Yeah. I was in the throes of, I had grease all over me, and I hope there weren't any pictures. Now, I know they were taking pictures, but I was covered in grease essentially because I was working on my boat trailer. I showed up. Literally, it was an hour notice. Went down there, and I basically stepped in and threw. We each get 3 throws on the discus and 3 shot puts. I'm not gonna break any. Well, I might break some shortest records, but it was fun, man.
So the discus and the shot put.
The discus and the shot put is all. I was tempted to try the run. You know, some of the. I mean, I got to tell you, man, the organizer, this was a really, it's not inspiring, at least a very fun event, right? It's good to see some of and then there's some legitimate former athletes that are out there doing their thing, you know, but, you know, it was really fun to watch some of it's not competitive per se. I mean, you're competing with yourself, I suppose, but it really was fun to see some of the old timers take the track, and you know there's some younger guys too. But all in all, I found it really inspiring, man. And it's despite the performance, my individual performance, I thought it put a little pep in my thought. Maybe, and I know their goal is to try to get some of us who have kind of fallen off the athletic train to kind of start getting back into it, and you know. So maybe this will be the thing, you know, maybe this will be the thing that gets me back to the gym and start working out and doing stuff like that. So all in all, it was a really extremely fun event, really fun time.
So now you didn't have to go first, right? You got to see what other people did perform for some of these things?
So it was only a handful in the category of the throws that I was doing. So I think I was probably, they went by age, and I think I was probably number 4 on the line of the older. There was maybe 3 or 4 guys older than me, including Elias and Gene Weaver and you know Tony Ichuo, who's a superstar athlete most of his life. Those are the guys that were also competing, but and. As far as practice, yeah, I saw some of those guys throw, and you know, we had a couple of the old athletes basically asked me, "Have you ever done this?" And I said, "No." So I did. They took like a 2-minute tutorial to show me how to hold the discus and what to try to do, and you know. So
wow.
I think the point is anybody can do it, right? They're really just trying to gather more. You know, more of us who are just maybe sitting around doing not a whole lot athletically to start getting back involved. But anybody can do it, and I know they have. I think at least one more Saturday they're going to do running competitions, which I really wish I could do. You know, there was a time that I could run pretty well, but unfortunately, those might be days gone by. You know.
Yeah, I know what that's like, and I do it anyway. I think you can.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah, I certainly. Well, I think. Maybe next year, you know, so maybe their ultimate goal maybe will come to fruition because, you know, maybe this will set me up to start planning for next year's events. And you know, I think they do include these Masters events in like the mini games and Pacific Games and things like that. So there's opportunity to carry it forward, right? For those of us those who perform well. And we'll see, maybe that'll be a thing for my even older years. I'll try to aim for that, you know, it could be a goal.
Well, that is awesome, man. Just trying to stay active is a challenge, and you know, you get a little bit older, you start feeling some of those injuries and all that. I mean, not Tobot, but everybody else gets those injuries, and and he's got some. You know, we actually have some footage. Somebody sent us footage of you doing the shot put.
Yeah. Oh my goodness!
When you were watching this morning, are you watching on your phone?
Not right now. Let me click on. I was
if
watching.
You switch kick it onto speaker, and then flip over, and let me know when you're on your.
Oh boy! So they're gonna if there's any footage at all, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to see, dude. But go for it. Again, this is the never has been segment of your show, right?
Yeah. Are you ready? Are you able to see it?
I suppose.
Well, can you see it? Are you watching it? Here's the footage we got of you doing the shot put. Here we go.
I'm watching.
This is Gareth Tanash of Iraq. Third round of the shot put. It is the
that was brilliant.
40. Those are
just
small
great move, Jimbo. An inspiration to all. You're right there. Look at that throw. Just massive triumph of sports and athleticism.
Okay,
and,
so I hear it, but I don't see it. Oh, there I am. Oh, yeah, that's me for sure. Okay, well, yeah, that looks like me, man. That's definitely it.
I noticed you shaved off the goatee and beard, for it. Here's another one.
That's probably exactly the distance I threw. Well, no, actually, this guy threw much further than me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was great.
That's awesome, man.
Good work. Good work. I am inspired though by you guys doing all that stuff. It was pretty cool to see it.
I'm surprised why you weren't there, man. I mean, I know you're old enough.
I am definitely old enough, but so Saturday ended up doing that sprint distance triathlon in the morning, and that was it. And that's the first one I've done in like 6 years. So it was. I'm still feeling it. Like definitely feeling the swim in my shoulders. No question.
You were doing the more serious event.
Yeah, I was taking no prisoners. Really, I would not say it was serious. I think it would have been cool to do the Masters event. There's another one next weekend. I just don't remember what the distances are for next weekend. Do you remember offhand?
Yeah, I think it's the relays. They're doing the 4x4 relays and things like that next weekend.
So we can get you, me, Lawrence, and Lucas. That'll be our 4x4 relay.
Unfortunately, I am completely out of any running. I still got a damaged knee here issue that I just can't seem to fix.
You can walk it.
That would take some of the fun out of it, man. It's fun to watch the old guys try to run.
So, what do you think about this guy chasing glory?
Yeah, I think you should, man.
Well, I tell you what, if there, anybody in the older categories listening, man, it's so worth it. I mean, for intrinsic reasons, or I guess intrinsic. Other reasons besides winning and losing, it really was worth it. It's a good camaraderie with some of the old guys, and everybody just wants to see you try, right? So I think it's really worth going down. Really hats off to the organizers. And I told you this when you messaged me last. I had nothing to do with organizing it. I literally just got dragged in because my friends are the ones organizing, and I'm so glad I did, man. It was well worth it.
Yeah, I love it. So I messaged him last night. I'm like, hey, can I call you on the show tomorrow? He's like, well, I don't have anything going on. He's like, what is it about? He's like, yeah, but what's it about? I'm like, oh, about the track and field. He's like, dude, I didn't do anything. I didn't organize any of this. I'm like, no. That's not. I'm not looking to hear, well, it was a great event. We had 75 participants came out, and all that stuff was great. Well, a great day was had. No, I want to hear from the competitor, the guy who's out there who who spent years and years preparing for this event, eating carbohydrates to get ready for it. He didn't even know what event, but he wanted to make sure he was in peak physical form for when he was whenever that moment called upon him, and it was Saturday. And dude, I wish I was there. I mean, I would have loved to have been there.
Well, I think the next step is going to be try to go find out what the actual number, because I didn't even look. I didn't even look at what the measurements were or anything. But I know that let's say I wasn't exactly competitive. It It was a great time, man. And for some of us, believe it or not, I did play. I was somewhat of an athlete in college and high school. So it really was, if anything, it just kind of regenerated that. There's a feeling you can get nowhere else, right, in competing on the field. And I think that's what did it. It was very, very minimally, but it certainly awakened some nostalgia, if nothing else. It was great.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, because I would have loved to enjoy some of that too. I was chasing a different finish line that same day.
Right.
And when it comes down to it, that's the thing. And it's got to be a cool inspiration. Did Juder go out there and watch you throw?
Juder didn't go because he would have been heckling. He'd been the worst heckler in the crowd.
That would have been the best.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
If you need help with heckling, it's loving support from your friends.
Absolutely.
We could be on the other side of that fence, hydrating for you, and prepping for your next big throw.
Right. Well, let me just say this. I know you don't have too much time for me here, but man, just generally speaking, and I think it's emblematic that you had an event going on, and there was the Masters event, and I think sports in general, and I talk to Nick and Greg and these guys that really are involved in organizing, but sports in general has been just a blessing on this in this community. I mean, what was it? 4 years ago we had zero of anything going on, to now it's practically every minute of every day there seems to be something going on, right? I mean, even as a parent, just my driving responsibilities of getting kids to and from is amazing.
Oof, yeah.
So the opportunities for going as far as old timers like me to have any kind of opportunity like that at all is amazing. And this is really an amazing community when it comes to some of the available opportunities to play, right? And hats off again to the guys organizing. I know it's not easy to do. But PSS alone has got a schedule that is to behold, right? It's an amazing schedule that kids are competing. That's a little bit soapboxy, but I just want to pump up just how exciting it is to see so much sports and athletics kicking up in our community, right?
Well, and it's setting a great foundation for this generation of kids too. That seeing all that kind of stuff happening, being out there, and then. I mean, sure, maybe he would have been a heckler, but still, he would have saw his dad out there still chugging away and trying something new,
Absolutely, yeah, and I say that I'm sure he would have been gleaming with pride, man, to see his old man do it.
I'll tell you what, I got a guy who's in our age bracket. I don't know exactly what his age is, but he's in that same world, and I asked him why he didn't come out and play one of the sports that we get into, and he's like, "'Cause I'm no good at it." I'm like, "Oh, dude, if that's the reason why you're gonna keep even trying to do something, no one's expecting you to be a superstar your first day out there. Go out and have fun and hang out with everybody." I'm like, "What kind of example are you giving to your kid saying I'm not doing it because I'm not good at it? Pfft, forget that."
Well, that is an important message, man. That really is important, particularly for this kind of Masters. I mean, I can't overemphasize. Not only have I never thrown the discus or shot put, but I certainly didn't practice or do any lead up to it. And I got to tell you, I really think it's going to be a jumping off point to maybe not to be the next shot put champion, but at least to start being more active and maybe participating in some other things like that. So. It's a good message. It doesn't matter how good you are, man. Just get out and try. I mean, well, I'm not afraid to try anything, right? And sports is certainly a good outlet for positive vibes, I'd say.
Awesome. Hey, is it too early to ask you if you're running for governor now?
Hey, man, never say never, right? Just somebody needs to dare me, or I need to make a weight loss challenge, and we'll see. No, the answer is no, but thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, thanks for joining us on the show. You got anything for him, Toba?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, and thank you, Brad. Thank you for this. This is fun. You might consider a never has been segment going forward, man. This has got to be kind of fun for some people.
Hey, I think you are a hometown hero. You go out there. Next thing we're gonna have to do. Now we didn't do it today, even though you sent it. But you know what we can do, though? I think people need to know about your Instagram.
Oh, shoot, man. Isn't that fun?
It is. So, again, we talk about, like, Jimbo. He's a good fisherman.
Yeah.
And because he catches sometime. That's how you know he's good, right? And
it's not good. Good is the wrong adjective, but go ahead.
So he's a fisherman. He's a fisherman. I don't know if I liked it with my personal page or with what's it called again? Is it just Rayfan?
Oh yeah. By the way, I didn't even know I had an Instagram. My kid set it up, and apparently, when you post to Facebook, it goes to Instagram.
Yes.
So I'm learning how to use it. But really, what it comes down to is I'm not able to fish right now, so I'm killing time by making videos of fishing.
Wait, you can't fish?
Well, I got a broken knee and a broken trailer right now. Hopefully, I can get out tomorrow.
That sounds like a great start of a country song.
Yeah.
I've got it on the page. You can follow him. It's at Rayfan. That's a Rayphand. And I love the videos. And dude, like, catching is one thing, but being able to prepare them too. So that's an impressive cutting block that you've got. And those knives that you've got to fillet those fish, holy cow!
I have an unhealthy obsession with watching these Japanese fillet fish and stuff. So I'm decided to make my own. And my daughter, bless her heart, went to Japan specifically to find me a good fillet, a good knife like that. So I've got to show it off, right?
Yeah. Well, we're watching one of the videos right now, the most recent one that you did. Also, I like your countertop. It's a good-looking countertop.
Thank you.
Yeah, I see the ninja.
Like I said, unhealthy obsession with watching those for some reason. When I'm on Facebook, those are the reels I watch. So, since I'm not fishing, I'm going to go ahead and video my catch instead. You know.
What are you sprinkling on the fish?
That's my secret. I can't tell you my secret spices and seasonings.
Okay. I didn't realize that it was that I was getting into that range.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. Well, thank you, Brad. I appreciate it, man. And actually, since we're on the topic, we ought to do some fishing segments for your show, man. I think people would appreciate seeing some people pulling fish out there. We can figure out how.
I like it. Hanging with the hooker is what we're going to call that segment.
That's perfect.
Thanks for tuning in to Hanging with the Hooker. I'm Jim Rayfan.
Awesome, man.
All right, I love this idea, but we should do a fishing segment. I'm down. We're going to figure this thing out. I love it. Bruce Camacho said when I joke, he's talking about the gubernatorial run. He's like Rayfan Rosala, R&R 2026.
Oh, I love it, R&R.
Yeah. We'll get to the finish line eventually. There you go. All right, man. Have a great day. Thanks for humoring us today. It was awesome.
I appreciate it, man. I'm glad I could offer some levity to your show this morning.
Hey, let's find out how many people you've got. 19 posts. You've got 16 followers. You guys go on Instagram and follow Jim Rayfan. It's just Rayfan.
That's a lot more pressure than the Masters event, man. 19 followers, so that's great.
That's great. Oh man, there's a whole lot of stuff. Oh, look at all these folks that you got on here. A lot of memories of old San Vicente folks I saw in there real quick. All right. Yeah, so there we go. Have a great day, man. Thanks for being on. And everybody,
awesome, man. You too.
Follow that page.
Follow.
All right. We'll see. I bet we can get you over 20.
Okay, that's good. All right, brother.
All right,
I
Jimbo,
appreciate it, man. You guys have a great day. Yep, you as well.
All right, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Jim Rayfan. We had him on the show, and we are all better because of it. Thanks, buddy. All right, so we're going to get back to it. We're going to take a real quick break because it's about that time. We're going to have another phone call here in just a moment, and we can get back to like some of the other heavy topics because we just had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm just a water boy.
Gee, no, and also you brought empanadas. Dude, all right, so let's talk empanadas. Which ones do we got here?
I have no idea, man. I just pulled into downtown.
Oh, right next door?
Yeah.
Nice. Dude, corned beef empanada.
Yeah. And then the Filipino one, I forget what they call it, empanadito, the one with the chicken adobo inside.
Ooh, I don't know that one.
The little pastries.
I don't think I had it.
Yeah. It's all right. I like it.
I'm gonna have to try. I'm gonna have to try it because I want to make sure I don't wither away and lose all too much weight. I got to try it. But like empanada challenge. Like we got to try these things out. Corned beef empanadas sounds awesome.
Yeah. I prefer the regular chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like we got the empanada district over there by WSR. We got Bolus and Galaxy right next to each other.
I didn't even want to try and go into WSR.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, with the
Not
traffic
now.
in the morning, yeah, forget it. No chance. All right, guys, we're gonna take a real quick break, and I gotta take that part off, the phone part, because we're not on the phone with Jimbo anymore. We will be back after just a little bit of a break. Let me take that part off the screen, pal. Yeah, it's Brad and Tobot in the morning. This is what it sounds like today. All right, guys, we'll be back real quick, commercial break, and we'll see you with more, and we'll get you the new, new update's not ready yet, but we're close enough. All right, guys, we'll see you in just a little bit.
Hey, I'm Coach Derek Cutting, the owner and founder of Laddie Built Fitness. So no matter who you talk to here at Laddie Built, everyone feels that they are part of a family, part of a group of like-minded people. No one feels judged. No one feels like they're being teased or picked on or looked down upon because maybe they don't know what they're doing. They could be brand new and have no idea what they're doing. They might be overweight or really skinny and feel very self-conscious about themselves. But at Laddie Built, nobody judges here. And if you ask anybody here that might be in better shape than you or even not, but has experience in the gym, they will gladly help you through a workout and teach you a few techniques that could help you. So Laddie Built organically from day one, since the boot camp era, has organically grown this fostered environment of community and being a safe place, but a strong work ethic community of people that want to get work done. All I can say is that I put my heart and soul into it from day one. I treated everyone like that at the boot camp from the very, very beginnings, and everyone at the same time would treat each other like that from the boot camp era as well. And as we grew, as we got into a brick and mortar facility, we got bigger and bigger. I feel like people definitely just take this place as a home, as like their brother and sisters are working out next to them, not their enemy or not their competitor, So organically, it's just the vibe here is different. Everyone feels very, very comfortable, and I love the fact that it happened like that.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. Got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for Better Car Replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Good morning, Marianas, and welcome back. It is 8:46 in the morning here on Monday. And what a weekend it was, and we're having a heck of a show already. I had a nice little fun segment. We got Tobot in studio with us. We've just had Jimbo Rayfan on the phone with us. And we got another phone call coming our way here in just a bit. Oh, he's calling in right now. And holy cow, I can hear him. He's here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. Oh, there he is. I got him now, so I know he's there. So welcome to the show. By the way, we've got PK Daigo, Mr. Marianas Business Network. Good morning, PK.
Good morning, Brad. Is Tobot still there? Good morning, Tobot.
Good morning.
Oh, yeah, he's there. He's there.
He's like your Robin Quivers of like a Howard Stern show, you know, like the PG version.
Yes. Tobot Quivers.
I was watching a segment this morning and I said, "Wow, Jimbo's changed a lot, huh? He's really changed."
Yeah, small changes.
I said either that's the slingshot competition or the push shot put. I don't know.
It is great. Hey, so you're in Guam right now.
I'm in beautiful Guam. It is beautiful here. It's busy. I was at the Dusatani the other day, and oh wow! I mean, this hotel was filled. It was packed. It was busy. The economy's roaring over here.
Wow.
King's restaurant was busy. Couldn't even get a seat for Sunday morning. Ooh. So I'm here trying to build a coalition where we could have our small businesses collaborate and do B2B with one another right here, right between Saipan and Guam, because it's amazing. Their tourism is not up to speed to where they used to be, but they're still tourists. I mean, I was out at like 11:30 on the Tumon Bay, and then they were all walking. Tons of tourists. Oh, tons. Yeah. So hopefully, hopefully the Saipan can, bring back the economy and also the tourists, and we'll see. But it's been good here. The roads suck, but Guam is good.
The roads suck, but Guam is good. That's great. I love it. I love the idea of connecting folks like that business-to-business connection. You're doing that over there in Guam right now. But you've also got a big event coming up here in Saipan.
Yeah, so this Wednesday at Dae Jung Kum, the Korean restaurant that's across from World Resort, we're so pleased and happy that the SBDC is collaborating with the Marianas Business Network. So they're going to be presenting on all their programs that they offer to either starting businesses, entrepreneurs, and they'll be talking about their business counseling they have, their training workshops, their resources for, opportunities for small businesses. And it's going to be held from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And we also have a $10 optional buffet for folks who want to, enjoy the last of Dae Jung Kum, because they're closing on the 23rd.
Yeah, that's a shame, because their food is really good and they couldn't have a nicer staff and ownership.
Oh, I know. It's I think that's one thing why we're really, MBN has been really important. It's really trying to help float these small businesses and giving them resources, and doing this collaboration event with SBDC is super important, right? Especially when they have the SBIC loans that they have that they could have to offer our members, right? And also, it's an opportunity for people who want to go into business if they decide to come to this workshop and see if it's right for them.
This is great. You've been doing a lot getting this business network set up and getting people involved, going to different venues and getting a lot of the speakers. You're getting a lot of buy-in, and you're starting to, really get some great traction. How do you think it's going?
Well, we're really, my motto this year is boots on the ground. It's boots on the ground. And we're instead of all this talk, we're just gonna go and making sure that we do all the action, right? It's going very well. I have to say that the support from our legislature and also our the executive branch has been fantastic. Also, the buy-in from the small businesses has been excellent. Because everybody is suffering, and the local businesses are the pulse of our economy right now, not tourism. It's really the small businesses. And, we've been really emphasizing with our small businesses that, B2C, business consumer has been super dead now. Let's really focus on another revenue stream of, B2B, really.
Well, and that seems to be working. It seems like the magic solution to a lot of it. Well, because there's nothing else you can do. As the smaller businesses, we can't go out and get all the tourists and all that stuff, right? We got to work together.
Yeah, we definitely need to work together. And I think it's really important, I'm going to stress this again, is that we all need to collaborate. Everybody needs to collaborate. Every small little, the governmental agencies, all the other organizations. Our common goal is really to help and make our economy thrive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, we all need to come and help one another. At the end of the day, it really is. And I don't care if we need to repeat services, let's repeat them, but make sure that we're helping our end goals to make sure that we're, I feel so terrible, especially talking about, Dejan Kumlitz could be closing. I mean, I wish in the beginning that we had the resources for them. They wouldn't be in this situation, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we learned about them pretty late, or pretty recently, I should say. Because I went in there and man, they gave me so much food for what I was paying for, and it was such a pleasant environment, atmosphere and everything. So if we could have helped promote them a little bit earlier, but I didn't know them certainly, and it's not like we can just turn a switch and people are going to just start going there. So it's all that little stuff in the preparation and. But maybe she opens up another business. Maybe there's other businesses who hear about this, and we can start helping them pretty early.
Yeah, we have other businesses because I've been getting calls from other businesses that they're on the verge of collapse as well. And so, I mean, I don't want to. I don't know if they want me to disclose their businesses, but I definitely think that we need to be really, really visiting these very small. Restaurants in the, between Susupe and, CK. I know that they're struggling to keep the doors open right now. And, it breaks my heart because that was the whole purpose of forming the business network was to help these businesses with referrals. And now, I keep telling them in the middle of the night, they're texting me through Messenger. And I said, just hold on. Maybe we'll get some more military build up or something. Just can you just hold on a little bit? And I know that I went with Eileen about a month ago looking for other space. So I was boots on the ground with her to see, different areas and said, do you think this might work for you? This might work for your business? Is this something that would fit, within your budget? So that's what I've been doing personally myself.
Wow, that's great. Her food is so good. Like it is really worth it.
Right. The kimchi is good. I mean, I love kimchi. Who doesn't love kimchi?
Oh my God, the kimchi is outstanding. And then, it was great because she brought all the food when we did the Sip Happens show. So I had all this stuff and I brought it home. Man, we made some kimchi fried rice with that too. Oh, it was so good. So good.
Speaking of Sip Happens, I happened to run into my co-host in the lobby of the hotel the other day.
Really?
Yeah. So I was parking my car and then I'm like, who's this bald guy? Looks familiar. It was my co-host Derek from Lottie Build. I was like, Derek, you want to go get some kimchi for happy hour?
Man, we've had a lot of fun on that show. Oh my God, so fun. Toba, you guys see this from this place turns into like a little nightclub with everybody here having fun and the conversation and
I don't even think I'll last 30 minutes, man.
Oh. No, Toba, you'll be
balls to the wall.
You'll probably be dancing on the table, Toba, after those margaritas from last shot. Oh my goodness, those are just, Travis and Shai bringing those margaritas, and I start slurring like the first segment, after one sip. So
I don't want to be. I don't want to become another nationality in 20 minutes.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. But since I'm in Guam, I think that Derek and Travis will be hosting Sip Happens by themselves this month.
Well, the cool thing is that we can even have you on like with a video, or you could call in too if you want to.
Yeah, so maybe I know Donna's off island, so 4 of us could just be on like remotely. But I want to see these two, Tweedledee, Tweedledum, host their own show.
I can't imagine. It'll be a lot of fun. I look forward to having them on too. I mean, it'll be great.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Yeah.
Luisa
so
says,
Brad. So Brad. So I guess like MI News Service is going to be expanding soon. You're going to be having a few shows coming up shortly, in the next quarter. So congratulations to that.
Well, thanks. I think that's a lot of help from the Marianas Business Network. That is that boots on the ground, helping all that stuff take off.
Right. And we're going to continue to grow your network because we love it. We love the MI News Service. We love it.
Well, thanks. I love the whole thing. I mean, it really is. I'm like, I think we turned into like public access. Like we're like, we've got like a real, a good platform where people can really get the word out, and it's not limited to anybody.
Yeah, definitely. I was talking to some folks, and they were suggesting for me to do another show on just food and wine and have conversations just over food and wine.
Oh my gosh.
That would be sick.
I was like, yes. That's definitely, I would love to do in the works, within the next quarter, just to have food and wine and have conversations just over it. Right. And then, be like a spin-off show from Sip Happens.
I have, speaking of networks though, and that show, I got somebody, you're in Guam for a little bit, right?
Yes.
All right. Would you mind, I'm either going to give your contact information to this guy or give his contact information to you now that you mentioned that. His name's Ken Stewart. He's the Guam food guy. And this guy, he's written books, done all kinds of reviews for everything. He is amazing. You'll love him. And if you guys want to do that show, if you can coordinate it to where you do the show like on one of his regular trips to Saipan, you will love it. And you'll love this guy.
Oh, definitely. Oh, wow. Yeah. Let's make the connection. I definitely would love to do that. I definitely would love that. So, speaking while I'm in Guam, I'm here with one of my, our Marianas Business Network. Max's Restaurant is actually part of the Marianas Business Network. Max's Restaurant in the Margarita Mall.
Oh, wow.
And they are hosting a job fair this morning from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, and then 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. All different positions, from marketing to admin assistant, warehouse, cooks. I mean, you name it. We have all these positions. So anybody looking for work here in Guam, come on down. Bring your resume. Also bring a police clearance. As well. And I mean police clearance. And I'll say again, bring your police clearance. And then we'll probably hire on the spot. But we have a lot of job opportunities here. So if anybody from Guam is listening, we're at the Micronesia Mall on the first floor, next to Denny's. And it's from 9 till noon, then 1 till 5 today. So all day long. So come on by and and also check out the super huge halo halo that Troy from Canada tried the other day. It's huge. Have you guys ever had this? Have you seen that huge halo halo before?
No.
Like it looks like it feeds 10 people.
What?
It's like in this glass bowl.
I've seen the one in the bowl, but it's just a regular sized bowl.
Yeah, if you check out Candid News, Troy did a little feature on this halo halo and Maxis. It is crazy. It's like, if somebody wrote in the comment, like, diabetes in a bowl. Literally.
I love it.
That's my mom's favorite, man.
Oh, yeah. I love halo halo. I love it. So, but thank you guys so much for having me on the show this morning. I miss you guys. I miss the Saipan traffic.
Oh my gosh! Yes. Hey,
I'm gonna be
I would say we're just showing the website for Max's for the past couple of minutes, watching just the slideshow that they've got with all these different dishes got me hungry. Like, I want to go to Max's right now. Like, this place. makes amazing food.
Yeah, we so Tina Saflan is here with her dad for medical, and her dad is in love with the fried chicken. The fried chicken is amazing. I eat that
whole chicken, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the only place on the whole on the island of Guam that does a whole fried chicken. The whole fried chicken.
Challenge accepted. Oh no, I can't order online. I was getting excited. It says you can. Well, let me go back to the main page. Oh, and then it's got win $500. Enter by writing a dish review to help others. Drawing is on April 1st.
PK, write a review.
Yeah. Yeah, write a review, and I'll deliver it when I get back. And so whoever wins, in Saipan, I'll deliver it in the next 3 weeks when I get back to Saipan.
Well, I love it. It looks great. I definitely want to give that place a shot. So today is the job fair over at Micronesian Mall at Max's.
Yes, Max's restaurant on the first floor next to Denny's. 9 a.m. until right now until noon, and then 1 p.m. till 5 p.m. this afternoon.
Well, that's it. So and lots of positions open. So reach out if you guys have a flyer for that. Just WhatsApp it to me, and I'll post it on the page too.
Okay, perfect. And we want to make sure that people do attend this Wednesday, March 19th, over at Daejeon Kum for the SBDC workshop. It's really important that, it's so important that people really take advantage of these free resources that we're providing for our business community and also for entrepreneurs as well, aspiring entrepreneurs. And I want to give a shout out to the team at MBN. They work just as hard as I do, and we are working, volunteering. We all have full-time businesses, full-time. And we are not, none of us are getting paid, nor do we have any funding for our business network. So, yeah, it's a full-time job. Let me tell you, it's a full-time job. And but it's really worth it that we can really make a difference of saving at least one business, at least.
Yeah, and you're making a big difference. I know you've got to understand it too. You got to see some of it because, it's got to feel rewarding for you to keep doing it again with something that's like not funded, and you guys aren't owned by so many like big businesses or anything like that. You guys are just like, again, it's like a coalition of small businesses.
Right. Somebody mentioned to me the other day. They said, I went to one of the meetings and I didn't realize there were real small businesses. I said, yes, real small businesses. Yes, it's small businesses that are underserved, right? Very underserved. And yeah. No,
I say, and there's so many of them. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, when I went to these events and I saw how many people were, it was great because I got to meet people that I don't normally get to meet. Like, I would not have that kind of an opportunity, so I love what you're doing. You're doing a great job.
Well, and we appreciate you helping us promote our network and promoting our events because it's really important that we get the word out there, to our community. And I think during this hard economic time that everybody should have the opportunity to discover or learn if they can, perhaps, open up their own either side hustle or business, and see how they can contribute, economically to their family, to the Commonwealth, and try to be stable, right? Stabilization. It's so important. Toba, do you have a business yourself?
No, man. Everything I did was just it was basically physical therapy for me.
Physical therapy, okay. Maybe, you know what? We're lacking strip bars on the island, by the way.
No, man. Hey, you know what would really sound good though? Get together with somebody from Tinian, supply some beef, and have a small little restaurant that is strictly local.
Yes, that's a really good idea. Yeah, it's a really good idea. It's also also important that with working capital, right? There's some businesses that don't have that capital. I think that if we went back to really doing trade and bartering, that might even be suffice enough during this time. I'm trying to start a trade and barter program within MBN right now, and it's gonna take a little bit of work, but I think that piece might work a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
They come over and give you a full slab of fresh ribs, and they ask you for 2 cases of chicken.
Because cuts.
Yeah.
Bring me back a slab of beef, and I'll give you 2 strippers to do a show.
I love it.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go in, but I appreciate this conversation this morning. It's been super fun, and then yes, please, folks, please attend on this Wednesday from 4 to 6. There's I don't know if you pulled up the flyer, but there's a bit.ly for registration. There. Just register. We have an optional $10 buffet for people who want to enjoy the last offerings of Daejun Kum before they close down on the 23rd. So let's go support them. Let's go support them. Why don't we go support them?
Enjoy it while you can. The QR code is up there too. The link is up there. Also have the email marianasbusinessnetwork@gmail, and the phone number that's on there is 670-989-2390. You can also follow them on Facebook, Marianas Business Network. And the big event is just 2 days away, March 19th at Daejun Kum from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And that's where you get to hear from folks who know what they're doing. You got Mercelin Palick and Roman Tudela from the Small Business Development Center up there at the college. And you can get a $10 buffet. A $10 buffet! You can't get a $10 buffet anywhere.
Absolutely. $10. $10 will make you holla, Brad and Tobat, okay? So, all right. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a good week, okay?
You too. Take care. Safe trip.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye. All right. That's PK Daigo from the Marianas Business Network. We're just wrapping up with him. And that was a lot of fun. Man, I want to go to this thing on Wednesday just for the chow. I mean, I can't believe that deal is that good.
$10.
$10, man! I'm all about a $10 buffet. I almost turned you off there, dude. That is a smoking deal. That is a great deal. All right, I'll tell you what. I want to do that phone call with Jody, and I want to make sure that we can wrap you guys up here. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let's give Jody a call, just because we're getting late in the day. Oh, yes. I'll tell you what, Jimbo, thanks for sending that link. That's exactly it. I've been talking about that for a long time, right? We're talking about the thing in Tinian, that Tinian resort thing that was going to be the Titanic and then the hotel and all that other stuff.
they're supposedly with the ferry and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's just a pipe dream. You know, it's all just a big scam. Well, you know, somebody's suing now.
Yeah.
And federal court. And you know what's interesting about this? You know, one of the things, we did talk about it, but the FBI called me, I want to say about 4 years ago, maybe more. Maybe it was 5 years ago now. It might have been 6 years ago, looking into all of this. The Tinian Wyndham Ocean View Resort. So they had all these different designs planned out for it. At one point, it was going to be up on the hill. Then they were going to move it down by the port. And then it's going to be the Titanic, right? And then it's going to be everything. Turns out to be a little bitty casino. But they were selling those EB5s. If you make a big investment, you get to get a green card. Well, now in New York, this lady is saying that she used the term, she was duped. She was investing $800,000 in the non-existent Tinian Wyndham Ocean View Resort. Never happened. Like so many of these things in Tinian, right? They say they're going to come on. They do the groundbreaking, right? They never do the ribbon cutting, just the groundbreaking. And they are not happy about it. So now, who are they suing? Well, here they go. Eric Fengshen Wang, Jianjun Meng, also known as Jackie Meng. I don't know if she's into martial arts too. Sylvia Su, also known as Zhao Bing. James Huang, also known as Huang Jin. And American Northern Marianas Regional Center. And Bridge Investment Group. That's the big one. It's all about those EB5s. Says in the lawsuit, they said that they ended up getting a total of $67.8 million in EB5 funds. They were already invested, and they got nothing. They ended up getting like 130 people who actually are into it. They've got all the land. They've got everything. You know what they don't have? Progress.
Yeah. That was so sad.
You know, it was funny because I'm like, if the FBI was calling me, because that's when I was working with the feds as a Department of Defense guy, and they were asking me particulars. Oh, geez. All right, they were asking me particulars about certain people. I'm like, if you're asking me, a guy from Saipan, about these folks in Tinian, you know, what's going on? You know, like how far down the list, you know, I gotta be really far down the list.
Yeah.
And they were looking at, oh man, it says we're on the phone. Hold on. There we go. As far down the list as I was, and they were asking about, you know, what do you know about this guy and what do you know about this business? And he was, in the special agent that we were talking to on the phone was saying that that he's looking into it because they changed the parameters of what they said the investment was going to be, and that it might be like a trade commission violation by telling people you're investing in this, and then they change it, like a bait and switch kind of thing. And then when it doesn't happen, not only does the investment not come in, but they're not going to get their green card stuff too.
Yeah, that's the one. I think they said it's like a 10 by 20 room or something like that, 10 by 10 room. Yeah, and inside was all moldy and everything.
Yes, I went in there. So they had the VIP rooms. It wasn't just mold. It was like a tree of mold, like the fungus, right? So coming out of the exhaust of the fresh air outflow. You know, you've seen black mold before. Well, this one was building like where you get those like mushrooms or whatever, where they build like, there's a terrace and then another terrace and another terrace. That's what was growing out of this thing. I'm like, holy crap, this is the VIP room.
We got indoor landscaping.
It was disgusting. It was disgusting. I'm like, oh. And then, we're walking around, checking everything out, and it looked awesome. We're probably breathing in spores and all other kind of stuff. I didn't even realize it till we were walking out.
Yeah, that thing, it's very unhealthy, man. Yeah, my dad got sick from that, the black mold. Yeah, and we had to clear out the room. We had to redo everything.
That's the worst stuff.
Yeah.
So awful that was happening, and now that it's not happening, now they're trying to. So it says, all the pictures of all the brochures, all scam, and that's what it reminds me of what they're doing. Nice. Also, I'm laughing at the comment there. But this, it's got the same feeling is that IH group in Rhoda.
Oh yeah.
Those guys with all the like drawings about like all these hotels at all these different locations. Have you been to Rhoda?
Yeah. Well, it's been a while. So.
Well, you've been out to like when you get down to Song Song, they've got the port down there. You got the one where that's over by the mobile station where they can roll on, roll off the little boats, right?
Yeah.
And with the trailers, but the big harbor is on the other side, right? The West Harbor, and over there they've got that little like island, like right off where you can kind of drive over to it, and the artist renderings have that having like a big ass hotel on top of that. I'm like, there's no freaking way that they're gonna build this hotel on that little island. One of many hotels that they're gonna bring.
I don't even think it'll be enough. I mean, if they do, something's gonna happen.
Dude, do you remember? I'll pull this stuff up. Here, let's find this because you'll be surprised. IH Group, Rhoda. So the whole website here, the About Us. Here we go. It's IH Group. Let's see if their website's up. It is up, and everything that they've got. Yeah, this is it. Their whole website is here. Let's go to the home page first. Get the share screen up so you guys can see it. This is like, to me, this is the same thing as the thing in Tinian.
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, I love the idea of the fireworks and all that stuff. It makes Rhoda look amazing. Like all this cool stuff. Look at that big roundabout. They got all this. Look at all the lights all over. What's that park at the end? Tewksbury and by Wedding Cake. They got a hotel complex, a condo complex on Wedding Cake, like on the side of it. Like this is it. It says, a company that makes dreams come true. So now this is their official website. This is not the Rhoda website. This is their website. Like this is the homepage. Like this is what they are, who they are. It's just this. They're based out of Korea. Here's their locations. Right? All that kind of looks legit-ish. But now let's look at what their company overview. All right, so here we go. Just wait for it. Or do I have to pick stuff on it? Just goes to projects. All right, so About Us. Let's learn about them. They were founded in 2010. That's 15 years ago now. And they're focused, it says, the group founded in 2010 is focusing on tourism development project promoted by IH Corporation in Rhoda Island, Northern Marianas. This is a bad translation. But 15 years ago, so this is About Us. They haven't done anything to really do anything in Rhoda yet, right? Let's see from the CEO. Okay, nice little letter from the CEO. Again, it's since we established in 2010, we've been sowing the seeds in Rhoda Island. The dream of a comfortable life that everyone has dreamed of. Silvertown, equipped with the recreation facilities. Okay, all these other stuff. What you really need to do is start to see the projects page. And you see all the photos. Like, you can see there. Oh, does this open up? Oh, it does. This is kind of crazy. Our pictures are kind of covering up everything. But they've got a plan for the airport to be redone, the solar power. The Rhoda Hotel is going to be the Rhoda Casino Hotel. Still nothing going on there. Sunset Villa, still closed. The water park, still ravaged. The Royal Rodera Hotel is one that they're going to build. Nothing. The group office, I think it's over there by the pizzeria. The Small Island Hotel, that's the one we were just talking about, and the Pow Pow Hotel. These are insane. Now, I want to get through and show you the, where's the Small Island Hotel? Because I remember going through this, and you can see the photos. This is the Small Island Hotel. That's that tiny little causeway right there that takes you from the port across. It's not that big of a island. Like, there's not a lot of space there.
Yeah.
But, like, no. It's really there as a breakwater. There's no way that this thing ever gets built. Like, just the concept of that thing is insane. So, I don't know. Do you remember, you know what island I'm talking about now when
Yeah.
you see this thing?
I mean, would the people of Rhoda actually make it happen? I mean, it's a landmark for them.
It's a great hangout spot.
Yeah.
Also, either those rooms are very small or those trees are very tall. Those are like 50-foot coconut trees all over the place. It's insane that that thing would even be a thing. Oh, hey. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. First of all, Troy's watching from Candid News.
Hey,
Good
what's up,
morning,
Troy?
Troy. You're hanging with Brad and Tobot right now. And someone said, what's your thoughts about statehood? He's like, sounds nice, but I really don't know enough to have an educated opinion on it. I'm part of that club, too.
Yeah.
I mean, while we're sitting here talking about these guys in relation to that Tinian scam thing that was going on, we kind of lost. This is that same picture, or that same hotel from the picture. This is what they got planned for it. Build outs all the way to the end. I've been out there. There's no way they could do this.
I mean, not unless they're going to end up doing like an underground parking lot or something like that.
It's all going to be flooded. It's all going to be
It's
water.
going to be like underwater world.
Yeah.
Park underneath.
Hey, Troy says, hey, good morning, Tobot. I mean, this looks cool. I mean, this would be pretty awesome, right? I mean, it looks like a pretty cool thing. Hopefully they got curtains. Otherwise, it's going to be the exhibition hotel. But, you know, this is what it really looks like. This is the drive into that island on there. I mean, how are you going to dig? You know, if you dig anywhere, the water is just going to come up. You're going to be in the water table instantly.
That thing is man-made.
Yes. That's it. That's where they're going to put that massive thing. Does that look like it's going to fit? I'm saying no.
And then what do we have? Typhoons.
It's not even a what if. When?
Yeah, I mean, what will be the one to break the surge coming in?
The first 5 floors.
Yeah,
That's
that
going
would
to do
be it.
Yeah, it's like a no chance. Like, there's no way that thing. Look at, now you can really see. This is what it looks like. There's the big harbor coming in where all the ships that come in with some cargo and everything come in this way. It's the only way to bring stuff in Rhoda. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. And that's just one of the many hotels for the people that aren't even, like, you're going to have to really redo that airport, which is one of their plans. When you look at we go to their projects, the airport's on here, Rhoda International Airport. They say, I think it's $1 billion. $1 billion? They got to stop throwing those. Look at, you've been to Rhoda's airport.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, all those kind of planes ever happening in Rhoda? Would it be awesome? Sure. Does that seem likely? Meh. So they're always trying to get investors, I guess, but they're never actually getting anything done. So, like, this to me is that same thing as the Tinian thing. Bruce Camacho says the architect had too many beers. But can you have too many?
Hey, wait, I was that architect.
Tobot Engineering. All right. So let's call this guy real quick. This is what I was gonna do, by the way. I only get sidetracked like ADHD guy. Like, oh, look, a squirrel. I just got to see if I've got his contact info. I do. All right.
Oh, look, a beer.
Yeah. We're gonna play a game. It's called Drink the Beer. What do you win? Another beer. Jody.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. Hey, you're on the air with us now on Good
nice.
Morning Marianas.
Good morning, Brad Rusala. How's it going?
All right. Hey, we are calling. Could you guess why we're calling you today?
Is it because I'm the only Irish guy on the island that you know of, or that there is?
Yes and yes. I know Glenn, our keeper, would probably say that he counts.
Yeah, indeed. But Glenn has a very checkered background. What with Canada and everything.
Yes, that's awesome. Hey, man. Well, it's great to hear from you, and thanks for taking the time to speak with us today.
Of course.
Yep. So, all right. So, interesting day. It is St. Patrick's Day. It happens.
It is St. Patrick's Day.
Once a year, and as our Irish correspondent, we wanted to hear from you a little bit about St. Patrick's Day. And is it a significant holiday? Is it anything that people in Ireland do for St. Patrick's Day?
It kind of it changes as you age, shall we say? So when you're a kid, it's all about so the parade thing is like that all started in America and then was re-imported back into Ireland.
Oh wow!
But like every kind of town and village has its own parade, basically. So when you're a kid, that's kind of the big thing, either being in it or watching it. And then as you kind of get older, we conform to stereotypes, shall we say. And then, like everything, it kind of comes back around. When you have kids, it's all about going to the parade with the kids.
That's awesome. Well, and so, of course, we know all about the St. Patrick's. No, we don't. This is just about snakes?
So St. Patrick was, St. Patrick wasn't Irish, so there's number one.
I heard he was Welsh.
St. Patrick was Welsh, exactly. He was kidnapped, or so the story goes, he was kidnapped by a guy called Niall of the Nine Hostages. So I imagine he was pretty good at his job. And taken back to Ireland, basically, and then converted to... Is that what I think it is in the background there?
It is Irish Celtic fiddle music. I can make it louder here. This is what I got.
Look, no, you're good. You're good. That's enough.
Well, I mean, I guess I could play like tub thumping, little Chumbawamba.
Indeed. So yes, Patrick was brought back to Ireland, and basically he was converted to Catholicism, and then went around Ireland, basically doing his Catholic mission, I suppose, for want of a better phrase. And there's loads of places that he was purported to have been while he was in Ireland. Like there's a town just outside the city I'm from called Patrick's Well, which has a well that he blessed back in whenever he was around. So any kind of Patrick in a name means he was there, basically.
Wow. No kidding. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, right.
What's your middle name?
So, I don't have a middle name, believe it or not.
That was a random shot thinking it was going to be Jody Patrick O'Sullivan.
No.
All right. Hey, so now you are not only the two-time half marathon champion here in Saipan, defending two-time, but you're also the pastry chef over there at Crown Plaza Resort. Now, are you able to work in some of your influence to, is there anything special going on over there for St. Patrick's Day? Any extra green in the desserts this time?
We have stayed away from the old shamrock shake idea, but we do have an Irish tea cake going for the month of March. So it's like, it's my mum's recipe for a kind of an Irish fruitcake. And it is, it's really good. I would say that, and it is my mum's recipe, so I have to say that. But it's super good. It's kind of your traditional fruitcake, but with more spices added, kind of soaked in. Oh yes, I will say it is soaked in Irish tea because I brought the tea bags from home. So it's it's really good.
No kidding. That's great. Now, where can folks get this? Do they have? Is it the buffet? Is it the teppanyaki, or is it at Marketplace?
So at Marketplace, it's at Marketplace for the month of March. So we have another 2 weeks of tea cake on the go, and it's been going really well. So
that's great. So, and that's the place right there in the lobby. If you pull up to Crown Plaza, you can go in and get yourself a nice coffee, maybe a nice tea, and all kinds of stuff. But you can get the Irish tea cake with Jody's mom's recipe. That's
exactly.
That sounds outstanding. We're gonna have to get down there and give it a try.
Go for it. Absolutely. You're more than welcome.
Well, happy St. Patrick's Day, and we'll make sure that when Irish news hits, we'll call you first.
Gaurav Mahagut, Brad.
Look at that. You don't get that anywhere else. Thank you so much.
Take it easy.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
All right. There we go. Jody O'Sullivan, half marathon champion, twice running, and the pastry chef over there at Crown Plaza Resort, our Irish correspondent, letting us know what's going on with St. Patrick's Day. That's pretty cool. How you doing? he just caught you watching the show. So what do you think? Is it you having fun up here today?
Oh, yeah.
I got to get rid of this Irish music.
Yeah.
Or you want to make it louder? Yeah. All right. Now, good times, man.
I'm wearing green.
Yes. You know what we should do? We should bust out those empanadas. Want to give them a try?
You, man.
You're not going to eat one? You got two of them.
I don't eat in front of the camera.
I do. I totally want to eat in front of the camera. These are only $1?
Yeah.
Woo. All right, so we're going to do a little empanada challenge here. So this is, well, it's not a challenge.
Brad's going to
We're not going to have a race.
ASMR.
Yeah, it's a New Marge's Bakery and Kitchen. Is it better than Old Marge? This is the New Marge. It's a corned beef empanada. Oh, man. I can already tell it's not from the empanada district in Chalankanoa. You know why? It is not crunchy. So, I know. So, it's a Bolus and Galaxy. They're always like crunchy, like break your mouth, right? Oh.
And then you got these, the Filipino ones.
Oh, yeah. All right. I was really hoping this would have the crunchy
I would try one of
shum.
these.
No.
I hope it's not sweet, man. I know I'm not crazy about sweet.
If it's a Filipino style, it's got to be sweet.
It's probably like a cream cheese.
All right. Well.
Oh yeah.
The taste is good. It's. No, I can turn off the Irish music now. But the taste is okay. It just doesn't have that crunch. So I think, I'm telling you, the CK Empanada District, that's the winner.
Yep.
Those guys are still in first place. All right. So I think that's just about everything that I had on tap for today. The other thing I was going to do is play the full speech from Governor Babauta during the Kiosku ceremony on Friday.
The statehood.
Yeah. Well, I played that clip earlier. And maybe I could just do that, but that's what started the whole conversation about the statehood and all that.
I'm really clueless about that. Is that the one where CNMI has to merge with Guam? And
Probably because Guam is the CNMI would probably be too small to be a state by its own, right?
Yeah.
So you would have to combine. Well, that's what they're saying in that think tank, is that they would have to combine the CNMI and Guam, but that's not what the governor didn't say anything. Governor Babauta didn't say anything about merging them, but he said the only way to go forward is for us to be first-class citizens in the American family is to pursue statehood.
But they still want to stay Commonwealth.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't know how they would do that. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like the people in the CNMI They figure they've got it pretty figured out with like how power works and control and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I'm basically clueless, man. I went to 12th grade like 4 times.
That's like a 36th grade education.
Yeah. Oh, it's basically the principal.
Well, could you imagine? So they've got a unicameral legislature, which means they only got the senators, right? Here we got the bicameral, so we got the House of Representatives and the senators,
Yeah.
right? So in Guam, so that's probably like the least sticking point of the whole thing. Like, imagine trying to get all of the CNMI and Guam together under the same, geographically it makes sense, right? If you were just looking at a bunch of islands, land masses that were pretty close, you could be like, yeah, they could all be the same. But it's so complicated. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure if they're gonna come to the part where they have to do agreements and stuff like that, it's gonna be a riot.
oh yeah, like who gets more power?
Yeah.
Who gets more decision? You know, then there's going to be some hurt feelings. There's always going to be people rumbling about like, oh, this wouldn't happen if we were alone. You know, if we were on our own.
That's what I forgot to ask PK. You know, because he's down in Tumon.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask him, did he see any military fights?
Oh, if he's out at night, maybe.
Basically, that's like an every night thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I saw that one wild one that was in the streets and everything.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Moonshine.
In moonshine. Yes. Man, I'll tell you what. It says statehood would be great, but the covenant is one.
Oh yeah, that's
of a
what
kind.
they don't want to get rid of, the covenant.
Yeah, because it really says, hey, we're kind of separate. But it turns out, you know, when you listen to what the former governor was saying, is that it doesn't feel like that. Let's see, where am I at? Am I at the 43 mark here? No, that's toward the end of it.
See, same with the Article 12. You know, you had some people that wanted to get rid of it.
Oh yeah.
Why would you do that? Do you want to become like Guam? Do you want people to step all over and, you know, just hop in when they want? With me, I can't own land here. I can't purchase. Maybe I could lease, but my oldest girl, she's a descendant, but she's not able to own land here because she was born in Guam.
Oh wow. Well, it depends. I don't think it matters where you're born. It matters where your parents were born, right? As long as you can trace your lineage as NMD, that's the big thing. So it used to be that the blood quantum was 25%, right? Mm-hmm. So and once you get below that, then you're out of luck. So now they changed it to more like Palau style. All you have to do is be able to trace your lineage back to here, and then you're good to go.
I forgot who I spoke with, but they were saying something that she wouldn't be able to because of where she was born. But she was raised here for most of her life.
Well, I don't know it's where you're born. It's about the parents. Yeah, it says it right there. If you're descended from NMD, you're good. Yeah, and that's essentially it. You got to be able to trace your lineage there. Because like if Joe and Jane Sablon from right over here move to the mainland and have a kid in the mainland, and they're both NMD, and they have a kid in the mainland, that kid can still own land here.
Yeah, I got land here.
Yeah?
They're all in my tires.
Nice. All right, so I got an idea. So I got the governor's speech. And I was just gonna, press play and then let it just do it and then do my own thing around here. But we can watch it. Did you see it before?
Yeah, I watched a little. I watched a little of it. Yeah.
I showed the small clip, the little fiery part of it, and it was good. But you want to fire it up and watch it?
Up.
All right, so we'll watch it. I'm going to turn the music part down. We're going to watch Governor Babauta's speech from the Kiosco commemoration from Friday. And if you ever want to talk about any of the points, we'll just stop it and chat it up.
Yeah, no, I'll just watch. I am really clueless about this part.
Well, it might be good to hear.
Yeah.
And then we'll get the, good thing I can lower that one down. And then you guys in the comments, I see you guys are still watching. So let me get the share part ready so you guys can see what we're seeing. And I'll full screen it. And this is it. I just got to make sure I queue it up at the right part. It was at 43.53 or something when he's getting introduced.
I don't know where I got this, but I mean, who's this from?
Is it good?
But this one has cream cheese and I don't know, some kind of blueberry.
All right, I'm going to try that right now. Well,
and
It's about to give us the commemorative.
I'm going to try it. All right, this is Governor Babauta's speech.
Oh. Thank you. Sorry. I want to express my gratitude to the members of the Municipal Council, the Saipan and Northern Marianas Municipal Council, Mariam Tudela, Chair, Antonia Elliptico, Vice Chair, and Carmen Cabrera Pangilinan. And thank you for inviting me today to be your guest speaker. I lost a couple of nights' sleep in trying to figure out what message I should part with you today. And I'm a little bit nervous because there's a lot of people, and I'm not used to having a lot of people lately. And I want to start off with thanking the Lieutenant Governor for being here. I know that the governor was invited. I hope he makes it. And the speaker, I want to recognize the speaker.
Hold on. I just want to go back to that point. So we're at 45, 20 something.
And members of the legislature.
So I don't go back too far.
And past leaders who having a lot of people.
I don't know if it was a subtle dig at the governor or not, but listen to what Governor Babauta is saying right here.
Lately. And I want to start off with thanking the Lieutenant Governor for being here. I know that the governor was invited. I hope he makes it. And the speaker, I want to recognize the speaker. If the Senate President is here, and members of the legislature, and past leaders of the NMI. When I started drafting my presentation today, I started out with saying 40 years ago, the voters of the NMI wanted change. And I kind of looked at the little bit of history here, and I'm saying, like, maybe 40 years ago is not appropriate because the signing of the covenant between the Northern Marianas Political Status Commission and the President's Special Representative was signed on February 15, 1975, and that was 50 years ago. And the covenant was approved by nearly 80%, 78.8% of the voters of the NMI. And we had a 92% turnout. That was in June 17, 1975, and that was 50 years ago. And the covenant was signed by President Gerald Ford March 24, 1976, and that was 49 years ago. The Sinamay Constitution was in full force and effect by proclamation by President Carter, January 9, 1978, and that was 47 years ago. The covenant came into full force and effect, implementation of it, November 4, 1986. While many are risking their lives, trying to get into the United States through the southern border, one morning we woke up and we all became U.S. citizens. And that was November 4, 1986, and that was 39 years ago. So I'm like, okay, 40 plus years ago. So 40 years ago, the voters of the NMI wanted change, voted for a new political status, and embarked on a new journey. They chose right, and there is no turning back. More than just change in political status, there was every expectation that the new status would serve as a catalyst to improve the social and economic well-being, better education, a new way of life, and a more promising future for the people of the NMI that is self-governing under the sovereignty of the United States of America. To usher in this new era, the U.S. provided financial assistance, military security, a commitment to promote a progressively higher standard of living, protection of the fundamental rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The NMI is to be self-governing under the covenant, under its own constitution, laws, and policies, by electing our own leaders, a judicial system that is just, and a tax structure that will promote a higher standard of living and quality of life. To some, this new political status is an experiment. True or not, it is no more an experiment than the American experiment that is now about 250 years old and still in pursuit of a more perfect union. The NMI is now 40 plus years into this journey, and the names on these walls over there. And I want to include the leaders of Rhoda and Tinan as well in acknowledging the listing of our leaders, is the collective sum of NMI leadership that took part, and in many instances still taking part, in this journey of governance, shaping the future of the NMI. The names inscribed on these walls back there symbolize the product of that period. They left their mark in the annals of NMI history, and for that matter, in the annals of U.S. history. It was a period of exuberance and excitement, but a period that also tested our ability to govern. We held elections, exciting elections. We held debates, exciting debates.
Can you imagine?
And campaigns, fundraisers. We negotiated. We took positions. And we changed positions. Expressed views and opinions. You want some more? And there were betrayals. We protested. We did walkouts. Indictments. Impeached. And we shouted at each other and almost had a wrestling match on the floor of the Sinamay Senate. Indeed, the NMI is an experimental laboratory in self-government, resiliency, in leadership, in creativity, vision, testing our vision for the future, assertiveness, decisiveness or undecisiveness, financial independence, and we kept the hope, political maturity. I hope someday we get there. We handled disasters. We adjudicated cases. We learned from a failed retirement program. We learned that we should not give away our 702 to our detriment. They were tested, and collectively they shaped and defined the NMI into what it is today. Additionally, we rationalized on a few other nagging issues. When things don't go our way, it is because we don't have a vote on the floor of the U.S. Congress. It's a fallback. We are forever reminded that we don't pay federal tax in the face of rebating local tax. We took the punches. We harbored the uncomfortable feeling as second-class U.S. citizens. We empathized, but inspired for equal justice. We dodged the question why we cannot vote for president. It is because we pledge only, when we take the oath of office, we pledge only to the applicable provisions of the U.S. Constitution. The NMI assertively point to our high participation ratio in military. We point to our rich ocean resources, our strategic location as high value, hoping they influence Washington in our favor. The NMI has been drawn into the formula matrix. Funding is based on population size, income, poverty level, length of primary roads, traffic volume, etc., etc. A formula that bears only a triple. Quietly, we are resentful being under the general administrative provision of the Department of the Interior by virtue of a proclamation and order by President Reagan. We turn to the other cheek when Washington refers to the NMI as a territory. At home, we vigorously argue that we are not a territory, that we are a commonwealth. We have 902 with no teeth and 702 taken away. These were some of the challenges they continue to this day. It is frustrating and leaves us wondering how long this will continue. If in 40 years the number of names on these walls is doubled, it is my hope that their collective talents end the frustrations. If in 40 years conditions are the same as today, then we would have failed. If quality of life improved, fully integrated into the political process, then we would have advanced the cause and succeeded. This is the journey. We are today, presently, the product of the work of all these names on this wall, both past and present, their talents, their skills, their dedication, and even heartaches, commitment, and hard work. All were desirous of a better life.
This is where it starts to ramp up.
They laid the foundation. The leaders of the next 40 years shall build upon it. Let the next 40 years of leaders pick up where they left off and take on the task remaining. Get rid of territorial status. Stop insular area status. Pursue first class in lieu of second class. And since there is no turning back, the only path forward is pursue full membership in the American political family through statehood. Let the next journey begin. Tamkuluna si Diyos Masi, Gilisong.
That's some heavy stuff.
That's like basically saying lay off the federal fundings.
Yeah. Well, it's and hey, it's time for us to grow up. We're going to be the only way to go forward is to be fancy statehood folks now. Yeah. So like, what I really liked about it is the passion that he had about and the candor about some resentment at the way that we're regarded and what our status is and how we're referred to by a different status, as a territory as opposed to actually I could share that part on there too, just so people can watch it. But after former governor gave his speech, this is where the mayor and lieutenant governor presented the wreath in front of those plaques. So those curtains on the wall are what would be unveiled later with all the names of all the folks who are a member of the Saipan and Northern Ireland leadership. So, yeah, so there's a whole bunch of pictures being taken right now at that happen. But man, it was some heavy stuff. Like, it was a very stern message, and again, honest and straightforward about what the governor views and the former governor views of our relationship with the United States, and said, hey, there's only one way that we can go. We can't go back, so we might as well go all the way, first class stuff. And wow, when he talked about, he gave that little history at the beginning. He's like, yeah, we went through a lot, and he nailed all those different things, even the wrestling match at the Senate, like that was pretty cool. And he's like, hey, and we got another, who knows what's going to happen in the next 40 years. So I don't know that they would have imagined that the CNMI would turn into what it did so far, and who knows what it would look like 40 years from now.
Yeah.
So anyway, Uncle Dave's speech was really good, but I think we'll save that for tomorrow or something, because we're just about 10 o'clock, and I figured that's a pretty good time to wrap up. You got any parting thoughts or anything?
Time for a beer.
Oh my gosh, 10 o'clock in the morning. A beer and empanadas is a pretty good combo, and maybe after the soccer game beers that I had yesterday, maybe a little hair of the dog isn't a bad idea.
No, just kidding. I don't drink and drive.
I know. Well, not at the same time. You can't. Stuff. I got a manual transmission. I can't do that. There's no way. All right. So any shout outs or anything to anybody?
No. Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for all the viewers, whoever's there, for putting up with me, being quiet.
We got to come up with the good Tobot section. You got to come, maybe bring a couple jokes with you. And Tobot's joke of the day.
I am the joke.
Hey. All right. Well, thanks for coming in, man. You're a great dude, man. I love having you here. And I think, just a matter of time before you feel comfortable and start talking as much as you do in the comments.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks to everybody for tuning in and watching today. Another edition of Good Morning Marianas. If you've got news tips for us, you can please send us a message. You can do it on email at brad.rosala@nminewsservice.com. You can send it to our page right here on Facebook. You could also give us a call or WhatsApp at the show hotline. You remember what that is?
That's 789-2323.
That's right, 789-2323.
And if you haven't yet, like and subscribe, bro.
That's right. Oh, and we're also on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
And YouTube. I love it. All right, guys, that's it for today. We'll be back again tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock-ish. for another edition of Good Morning Marianas. We're really glad that you guys were here, and we're going to send it away. So have a great day. I hope it's the best week you've had so far.
Stay safe, guys.
So many things we gotta discuss. Happy day, Tirawamian greetings to Rhoda, Guam, Saipan, and Tinian. For all your island news from a beautiful place with Pacific views. It's always so much fun on Good Morning Mariana.